Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Michael Bartlett. I'm a metaphysical astrologer, and this is my condensed forecast for the month of May. If you're interested in my extended version, please check out my website, coremichael.com. Consider becoming a Patreon contributor and supporting me, and you will have access to the full version. Very interesting month we have coming up this month. Of course, we have a few sign changes, a couple of planets going retrograde, an eclipse, lots of excitement going on. So on the 3rd of May, we have beautiful little Mercury going out of his quiet time in Taurus and stepping into more active sign of Gemini. Mercury rules the sign of Gemini. Mercury is at home in Gemini. This is about getting things done, communicating, talking about things, understanding the processes of ways of connecting and making commerce happen, connecting roadways, communicating with individuals, being out there in the world and doing things, contacting siblings, that kind of fun stuff. Then on same day, it's been applying for a couple of days, of course. Once that Mercury moves into Gemini, it's going to be squaring Jupiter. This can, be Jupiter's in Aquarius right now. They're both air signs. This has been a little, it's actually should be more of a, it's just because Jupiter is at a very late, you would normally think this is trine because it's air signs, but Jupiter is at a very late degree, 29 degrees, and Mercury just popped in, as we know. So it's been applying for a few days. So this, can be issues of grandiosity. A lot of the activity this year still with Mercury has to do with air signs, and so therefore there's an interesting thing about communication and relationship to other people. This square can be about maybe ideas being bigger than they need to be. Maybe there are issues of maybe not being sure that one is doing the right thing and making sure that all the ducks are in a row, that one's ideas have kind of a firm set way of being applied in reality would be helpful. Still on the 3rd, it's a busy day, the beginning of the month. Saturn is going to be squaring the sun from Taurus to Aquarius. This is, these are like the responsibilities in life, the structures, the things that have to be done, realizing that, oh, I didn't know that I had to take care of that, or, all those little timely things that we need to do, the ways we need to show up in life are all kind of being activated here on the 3rd of May. Then we have Venus leaving the sign of Taurus and joining her brother in the sign of Gemini on the 8th of May. This is really beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Venus and Mercury, when they're together, we consider them to be beautiful communication. When they're in the sign of Gemini, there's just way that they just get along really well, and it's so good opportunity for getting together with friends. It's the Mother's Day weekend, right? This is the Saturday before Mother's Day, so calling up your mom, sharing your love, talking to your families, maybe getting together with your siblings and chipping in on a gift for your mom and doing something really special could be really well supported by that. Because of course, on the 9th of May, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful moms out there. Thank you for bringing us into the world and trying to teach us new ways of being. Some challenging energies on that day, unfortunately. We've got a moon in Gemini squaring Pluto in Capricorn. So maybe that's an issue of I don't really want to send my mom flowers. I don't really feel like she was a good mom. Well, share the love anyway, because over here the moon is also sextiling Jupiter. So that's like, good emotional love. So even if you didn't feel the love, even if you're kind of upset with mom or whatever, or not sure what it is, or if there's someone else you just want to honor, share the love. This is a great honoring of the feminine. All of us here on the planet up to this point so far have all been born through woman. So mothers are a very important process for humanity. Thank you, moms. Bless you. Then on the 11th of May, we have a new moon That means when the sun and the moon are in the same sign, in this case, in the sign of Taurus. Moon is exalted in Taurus. Good time to just kind of take it easy. That's going to be Tuesday. Of course, all these times basically depend on where you are on the planet. Please check, you can look to astro.com or look in your ephemeris or look in your computer maybe for more detailed information about when the exact times these happen for where you live. But new moon, this is a great opportunity for, it's really important during these times to just stop, not really plan on doing anything. It's not really a time for getting together. It's very internal. Think of moon, it's moon dark, right? So there's not really any light at night. So it's really about kind of taking it, and it's Taurus, have a glass of wine, have some chocolate, put your feet up on the sofa, with your shoes off or on if you want, like how the moon's doing here, and just enjoy yourself, relax. On the 13th of May, we have Jupiter leaving the sign of Aquarius and moving into the sign of Pisces. One of his rulerships, right? So here he is dressed up in his wonderful diaphanous outfit. He's got his crystal ball. He's in his secret chamber. This is a good place for Jupiter. Neptune's already here. They're both the rulers. This is really a spiritualized opportunity. It's about feeling things and being sensitive things. So just, if you feel a little more moody, just realize, there might be some things that might be coming up. On the 20th, we also have the sun moving from the calm sign of Taurus and moving into the more excitable sign of Gemini, where we, of course, already have Venus and Mercury. So it's just showing out. This is really active time, a lot of optimism, great opportunity for connecting ideas, connecting thoughts, driving little road trips, hanging out in your neighborhood. It's really, we're very fortunate here, at least in New Mexico, depending on where you are in the rest of the country. A lot of the country is very much opening up at this point with all this energy, all this optimism. This is really great time for people to come together and connect. On the 21st, of course, as that sun moves in there, since Jupiter just moved into Pisces, the sun just moved into Gemini, that's going to be a square. We already have this a little bit. So, this is a thing of, how are we, are we taking care of ourselves? Are we balancing these different sides of ourselves, so to speak? Are we balancing our more sensitive side with our more outgoing side? Are we feeling maybe a little bit burnt out? It's a Friday. Might be, instead of going out that night, maybe it might be good to stay home. Make phone calls instead. On the 23rd of May, we have a big super event, which is Saturn starts to make his slow retrograde motion back through Aquarius. Saturn rules Aquarius. This is a great opportunity to review any ideas and things you've been thinking of, any plans you have, especially those of you who are doing any kind of social media, any kind of electronic sort of oriented thing of connecting with people like Zoom meetings, teachings, classes, something like that. It's a great time to review, see what it is that you're doing, if it's the right thing, and how to structure it, what kind of more support you need to get things done. Great opportunity for that for the next few weeks. Then on the 26th of May, we have a very special event. Dun, 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 dun. We have the sun in Gemini, moon in Sagittarius. That means they are in opposition to one another. That is normally called a full moon, but it's going to be a lunar eclipse at 5 degrees, 26 minutes Sagittarius, 5 degrees, 26 minutes Gemini. What is it when it happens? So here's I just decided to make a little diagram for you. When it's a lunar eclipse, it's when the sun is on one side of the earth and the moon is on the other, which results in Earth blocking out the moon for a moment or two. These are really powerful times. If you have anything around, and it's interesting too, I really love this. It's happening on 5/26 and it's happening at 5 degrees, 26 minutes. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? So great opportunity. It usually reveals things that maybe need to be dealt with, things that haven't been said, things that haven't been seen, like the emotional sensitivity of things that maybe have been buried for a while and need to be spoken to. Sagittarius needs to communicate, needs to ask why, what's wrong with us, what's going on. And when the sun's in Gemini, it's a great opportunity to talk about it and bring it forward. On the 29th, we have our next retrograde action going on. Venus and Mercury are hanging out together around 22, 24 degrees of Gemini. And then Mercury starts to do his moon walk as well. He starts doing his retrograde through the sign. This is the second Mercury retrograde phase for this year, the second air sign. Mercury is having 3 retrograde cycles in air this year. Which really means, are we communicating with one another clearly? Are we being in relationship with one another in the right way? Are we taking care of our needs of who we are as individuals in relationship to other? Finding the harmony, finding the balance, finding the right ways of connecting. It makes sense. This year is going to be about, coming back after the pandemic. So, we're finding new ways of relating to another, finding new ways of connecting. Some of us are a little shy about connecting with one another after having been kind of kept away in our own homes for a while with our electronic devices. Now it's time to, kind of connect and meet with people. So again, I want to thank you for joining me. If you like what I'm offering, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, share with your friends. Feel free to leave comments. I'm available for readings, teachings, mentoring, special engagements, speaking engagements, intensives. And I do my astrology and soul-centered reading and traditional astrology, grounded in core energetics, which is a body-oriented process. Again, I want to thank Christine Cianci for her beautiful work in creating Astro Theater figures. You can actually get Astro Theater Astro cards if you have an Apple device. It's on the App Store. And again, thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful month, and we will talk to you again next month. Take care. Bye-bye.